Hi, everybody. For those who don't know me, my name is Ricky Silber. I'm a spiritual coach and I live nomadically. I travel through the world with my cat and we learn, grow, and adventure together. And I wanted to make this video if I had to start all over with zero money in my bank account, zero experience, zero clients, what would I do differently? How would I start my life again? And I would say the very first thing is getting clear on what my highest values are. So, are my highest values adventure? Are my highest values fun? Are my highest values financial security? Getting really clear on the top five values and then seeing what activities would bring me closer to those values and what activities would keep me farther from those values. That would be the first one. So getting really clear on what my values are and what are the activities that generate me being within those values and what are the activities that take me away from them. Number two, I would give myself permission to not be liked. I would give myself permission to disappoint people. I'd give myself permission to be called selfish. I give myself permission to be hated and disliked. So much of my life was about people pleasing, making people feel comfortable, making people feel like I was on their side or I was just like them. And that actually took a lot of years and energy away from me. So I would give myself permission to make people uncomfortable by being who I am. And knowing that my goal is it's not in my top values of being liked. Connection is definitely in the top values, but not people pleasing, not being loved by everybody, not making sure that people come before authenticity for me. Number three, I would get really clear on how do I want to contribute to the world? Because when I'm connected to what I want to contribute to the world and how I want to serve, the world serves me back. You actually don't have to worry about how money will come in if you get clear on how do you want to serve the world. And when you come from that place of service, money comes in. I'm not telling you to volunteer. I'm not telling you to do things for free. I'm saying get clear on how do you want to serve the world and knowing that when you're serving the world, you deserve an exchange. So money will start coming in when you get clear on that service that you're here to do and being in the mindset of service, not in the mindset of social climbing or career climbing, but how can I actually show up in a way that people realize that this is what I'm here to serve in the world and trusting that it's a karmic law or principle that when we serve, the world serves us. So values, permission to being disliked, getting into the service mindset. And not the last one, one of the last ones is what is my soul here to be refined? How is my soul here to be refined? Because whatever's hardest for me is also going to be the thing that is going to be the longest thing for me to learn and the place in which my power is going to come from. So my pain will be transformed to power. So getting clear on what are the things I struggle with and not doing that like stupid, like going around the bush and just trying to live my life avoiding that, but saying like, hey, this is the area that I struggle with the most. And for me, it's confrontation. For me, it might be parts of connection or intimacy and saying like, instead of like making my life smaller by not looking at them, just dealing with them and investing in yourself. And it's okay to spend the money to invest in yourself because if this is the knot or if these are the areas that are painful for you, those are the areas that you're going to actually need professional help with. And you already are making money because you're in your service mode. Again, it goes in the orders: values, permission to say no and be disliked, getting really clear on how you can be of service and being of service and getting that exchange for money, then investing in the areas that are hard for you, that are painful for you, that you avoid, because that's the portal to your next level. That's your portal to your next growth. When you're investing and helping those areas, helping those blind spots and moving through them, things will start moving through. Another thing that I would do if I were to start over from scratch is I would put the things that make me feel most alive higher on the roster, like being outside, hiking, living, adventure. And instead of thinking how, like, how can I get it out of my system so I can go and be married and have 3 kids by the time I'm 25? Because that was what I was raised to believe. How can I get this off of me or through me so I can just do what I'm supposed to do, actually realizing I'm supposed to do what gives me joy. I'm supposed to do what makes me feel alive and connected to the world and to God. And structuring a life that involves a lot of living outside, a lot of being an adventure, a lot of creating structure or creating time freedom so I can have that. So that either means for me personally, having a life that is less expensive so I can spend more money on my adventures, or making sure that I'm an entrepreneur so I can take time off without getting fired, and figuring out a way to make it all a hybrid that I can still work and adventure at the same time. So with those 5 things, that was what I would do to start over. And it would probably take me between 6 months to a year and a half to get to where I am now if I were to start totally over. But those are the main lessons that I've learned since really living authentically: values, ability to say no and be disliked, getting into the mindset of service so I can actually serve the world and show up for the world, and the world will return, help me and support me financially. Investing in those dark spots, those dark corners that are stopping me from living fully, and looking at them and actually not trying to be cheap about it, but finding the right professionals to help me with them. And 5, um, structuring my life in a way that actually looks like me, making sure that I'm spending my time with the things that reflect my values, and making sure that I am connected to God and connected to my life through the structure of how my life looks day to day. And yeah, that's what I would do. And I'm curious to see what you would all do if you had to start over starting today. And you're welcome to leave a comment. Also, just know if you don't even know how to start over, or you want to start over because the life you're living now doesn't look like you or doesn't feel like you at all, I offer one-on-one training for 3 months, 6 months, and year-long containers if you really want to stop the game of people pleasing, stop the game of doing the shoulds, and start living into that deep, deep, deep belonging of yourself and the world. Anyways, hope that's helpful and have a great day.